Hello, hello. Happy time zone, lady arcaders. I am your host for today, BeamQueenSol, and before we get into things, I'd like to give us a little just reminder to anyone new here. So what is a trap mode? We run small events throughout the year as a series. A trap mode, you're watching it right now. We do it every Thursday night and Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern, showing off awesome games, awesome game related things. We always we always have applications open for these, so definitely visit LadyArcader.com/start if you want to know more about that, or type I think it's exclamation AM in chat. But with that little bit said, instead of going a little bit speedy, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's kind of just reminisce. Wind Waker's been out for a very long time, both its original and HD versions. It's a very nostalgic game for a lot of people. There's lots of good experiences with it, and we have Pcol here to just kind of show us some of that. Maybe talk about it a little bit along the way. So, Pcol, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm vibing. We're finally back. We meant to do this like sometime last year, and then things happened that I won't get into here. But we're trying this again. We're back. So like was mentioned, Wind Waker is an old game, and I have nostalgia for it. I feel like most people here know me as the Xenoblade person, because I never shut up about Xenoblade. But before I ever started playing Xenoblade, it was always Zelda stuff that I was kind of more interested in, with like my always favorite Nintendo franchise before Xenoblade became my entire life. So I'm gonna immediately make everyone in chat feel old and crumble into dust. Original Wind Waker came out in 2003, and I was 3 years old when that happened. Or I was like about to turn 3, or like 2 or 3 years old when Wind Waker originally first came out. So enjoy that, having that in your brains. Everyone is immediately feeling old. So we can just get into this old game.
Girl, I was 14, I think.
Wow. I immediately make everyone crumble into dust just by mentioning that one thing. I don't need to say anything else, you're all old, except me. And then... So basically my experience with Wind Waker was like, the game came out where I was a literal toddler, just like a little baby Pcol, if you can imagine that. And then at some point I got like a GameCube and all that stuff with the GameCube, and like Sonic Adventure DX and 2Battle and all these other awesome GameCube games, and one of those was Wind Waker, and like I just popped it in one day, and it was like, I love this like art style because I was a baby, so of course I like to play the little cartoony games, which is what Wind Waker is. So like, of course I just like fell in love with it, and like Wind Waker is just like now one of my favorite Zelda games. And I still love Zelda now. I actually was recently playing a little bit of other Zelda games recently. I was playing Tears of the Kingdom when that came out, and I did enjoy it, but like I don't think it's one of my favorite Zelda games. Hot take, I don't really like the new direction that Zelda's going, but that's a whole different thing. So then instead of playing Tears of the Kingdom, I went to Skyward Sword HD, because I played that on the Wii originally, and then I wanted to replay it again, but with button controls, just to like see how that worked out. And that was a weird experience, playing with buttons, because Skyward Sword is not meant to be played with buttons. And then I went from Skyward Sword to Twilight Princess HD, which I actually finished originally. Or not recently. I finished Twilight Princess HD recently, like a month ago. So now I'm trying to figure out what Zelda game I want to play next after that. I'm considering maybe either Majora's Mask or one of the Oracle games, because those are on Switch Online now.
Have you played any of the Link's Awakening?
I've considered that, but I still don't own the Switch remake of that. Just because I've been playing other games. But I do know the original is on NSO now. So that is a choice. That is an option I can do.
That's my first Zelda game, which is funny to think because that's when I first got my Game Boy Color, and like I needed to be able to read before I could do that. So hearing how you started this at 3, it's like you probably just fumbled around for a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, because I never finished the game when I played it originally, because I do remember getting as far as Wind's Temple, which is like the second to last dungeon in the game.
Ooh.
But I feel like that happened like way later when I was in like middle school or something, when I was like when I could actually comprehend what I was doing in the game. But then I got to Wind Temple and it was too confusing for me. So then I just never finished it. And then at some point in like 2013, I think, is when HD came out. I remember hearing about Wind Waker getting HD, and I think I was at school when the news came out, and I was like, oh wait, I remember playing Wind Waker, I want to play that again. And then as soon as I got home from school that day, I immediately went on Wii U eShop and got Wind Waker HD. So I've had this version for like a while. And then I eventually finally finished the game on the HD version at some point.
Nice. From what I hear, this is like the best Zelda remake. Like the truest
Yeah,
one.
it's like there are some things that they changed, like they change some of the locations of the items because of like they added new stuff into it, and then they also streamlined a lot of stuff. Like you don't have to repeatedly play songs. You don't have to watch the song cutscene every single time you play a song for the first time. Like they added the Swift Sail, which is like we're not gonna get it in the showcase because we're not gonna get that far, but like it is like the fastest movement.
Well, not with that attitude, you won't.
Well, listen, on the file I was playing before this, I got it like after like the 3rd dungeon, so like I don't think we're gonna get that far in 2 hours. As much as I love this game, I don't know how to speedrun it.
No, honestly, I get that. That there's a few days like that for me.
Yeah, that reflects how I am with Sonic Adventure.
I do know some speedrunning tricks though, because I have seen runs of it, and I've seen like randomizers done of Wind Waker. Like I do know that HD added the whole item sliding stuff that you can't do in original with the first-person items. And then there's also there's another thing where you can like leaf pump with the leaf, and you can like fly for longer than you're supposed to. And there's like the whole super swimming stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of wild strats for this. I probably have seen more randomizers than actually speedruns lately, but like they still use that tech in that because, you know, naturally the overlap between speedrunners and rando players.
They actually did, the people who make the Zelda randomizers actually did make a randomizer specifically for Wind Waker HD. So now you can randomize original and HD Wind Waker. And we get to look at the bird. I am looking at the red post box. What do you mean? There you go.
Oh yeah. Also, I guess we should address the Valeria jump scare that everyone got, because
Oh, don't worry. I preempted myself with my hosting shift on Thursday.
And we get Sea Giant Bird.
Ooh. I always found this bird to be so, like, menacingly beautiful.
It
is, however, still weak to rocks.
It does come back as a boss in Hyrule Warriors, which, like, if you've talked to me in, like, the past year, you know that I'm trying to make a run for Hyrule Warriors. Which is, like, taking 2 years to finish, because for one, I'm being lazy about it, but also, like, I'm trying to max stuff out and, like, grind, and that game is huge. I play a lot of big games, if you don't know. That's why I play Xenoblade.
Okay, but hear me out. Link with the Monado.
That would be too powerful.
Would you consider Assassin's Creed to also be a big game? Because that's another series I associate you with.
I feel like the newer ones are bigger than the older ones. Just because they did the whole move to complete RPG game for the newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, that is another thing I do have a lot of experience with. I have a lot of experience with Assassin's Creed. For people who don't know, I have 100% completed every single Assassin's Creed game at least once. And a lot of them on multiple different platforms. The only ones I haven't done at all are Valhalla and Mirage. And then the only ones I've done only on one thing are Unity, Syndicate, and Odyssey, and Origins, and all that stuff. Because I am more of a classic Assassin's Creed player, so I play all the ones from like AC1 to AC4.
Same. Oh.
I love that he says keep thrusting. There's definitely nothing suspicious about that. He's also mad at me because I can't get the hits in because I'm trapped against the wall, which is like an annoying thing about this.
How is he blocking your thrust so well with a spear?
He's special old sword guy, man.
So I gotta say, this is something I really like about Wind Waker, that, like, perhaps it's Twilight Princess that typically gets the credit for, but they really, really built on the combat in this.
Oh, I still love combat in this game, in particular.
Because in Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, the only like these parry things that I'm like doing, I forgot what he wanted. Jump attack. The parry things I was just doing, you can like do them at any time you want in Twilight Princess, but in here you have to wait for the button prompt.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Twilight Princess did come out after Wind Waker, but I feel like they really built on a lot of what Wind Waker established in Twilight Princess. But Wind Waker was also kind of built off Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I mean, they both were in ways, so... It's like the most concise of Zelda... of connection to Zelda games between, like, those three. Which is funny, because they also caused the timeline split.
Yeah. I don't know how much we want to get into the Zelda timeline, because there's too much stuff there.
We shouldn't get too much into it now.
I'm just gonna type my response in chat.
I will say, though, I do like how, like...
That's not response.
Cut and dry, ironically saying, that the Wind Waker continuity is, because it's just, you got Wind Waker, you got Phantom Hourglass, you got Spirit Tracks. No questions.
I think the thing that originally confused me the most about Wind Waker timeline stuff was like that it was called the adult timeline, but you're playing as like a child Link.
Right?
So it was like, why is it called adult when you're playing as a child?
Yeah.
Which like confused me for a long time.
Very much need the Ocarina of Time context for that.
Yeah. And then it was like the reverse too, where like the timeline for Twilight Princess is the child timeline, but like Twilight Princess Link is like the oldest Link that we have, apparently, I think.
Link doesn't get very old. I don't think he gets past his teens ever.
I mean, technically speaking, Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom Link is over 100 years old, so technically that's the oldest one.
Yes, but it was also, in stasis, so...
I mean, like, even not considering that, I think Tears of the Kingdom is the oldest Link, just because of the little time gap after Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that Link is almost like proper adult.
I didn't start the cutscene, there we go.
More birds.
There's also a lot of, like, stuff with, like... Oh, like, Ganon is, like, the same guy for the entire series, except for, like, Four Swords Adventures for whatever reason.
And Minish Cap, don't forget Minish Cap.
Minish Cap we don't need to talk about, because it's the whole thing.
That's body.
Excuse you.
Listen, Minish Cap is good, but, like, it makes no sense in the timeline, because there's, like, the whole, like, mini Picori people, and then they're never mentioned again.
Okay, that one I'll give you.
It's like there's allusion to it, but like it's almost retroactive. I
And
would
it's
say
like they placed it directly after Skyward Sword for some reason.
well, no, they placed Skyward Sword before Minish Cap, so they sort of like counter-retcon some stuff. But like, I always liked how there was a Loftwing statue in Minish Cap. Like, even if you look at Link to the Past's tiny bird,
Wait,
that's kind of
wait,
Shugo inspired.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's a lot like there's like an ongoing thing about how the sky bills look. Like, that's referential to previous Zelda games, and I love that little fact.
I also love how in Minish Cap you have to like watch the prologue twice, because it like the prologue with like the stained glass paintings.
Yeah.
Because it happens when you start the game, and then later in the game you go like underneath Hyrule Castle, and then it plays the entire thing again.
Just in case you forgot. But I am.
I did play Minish Cap like on GBA originally, because you mentioned Game Boy Color earlier. That was also before my time, because I was Game Boy Advance. And I never even had like original Game Boy Advance. I had the SP Advance that was like the flip phone version.
Naturally, you gotta have that backlight. As much as I love the design, like I say the original Game Boy Advance's shape and design is peak handheld, but like there's a lot of benefits to the SP that you have to mod into the original.
It was a long time before I ever saw the original Game Boy Advance, so I thought the SP was like the original version of it. And then I saw the original, like, actual Game Boy Advance, and I was like, that's not a real thing. It's too fat. It's too wide.
You sort of go back and forth with handheld Nintendo design, because you had that, like, vertical array for the Game Boy, and that came back for the SP, but the GBA was wide, and then the DS is both.
And then we have Wii U, like I'm playing on now, where I have a whole tablet in my hands.
Good times. I have my Wii U right here.
Mine's like
probably
right in
would
front
be,
of me.
I probably would be playing with a Wii U Pro Controller if I had one. For some reason I got a Switch Pro Controller, but I never got a Wii U Pro Controller. I kind of do want to get the... just because it's me, I want to get the Xenoblade 2 Switch Pro Controller.
Naturally.
Also, we completely skipped over my sister getting taken by the giant bird, so like, there's that. We don't need to talk about that.
It's fine. I'm sure she's fine. Just gonna take her to its nest, you know, as you do.
We can deal with the bird later. We don't need to talk about that. And we can do speedrun strats and backflip over the ladder and enter cutscene immediately.
Nice.
But I guess wrapping back to earlier, my first one was technically the first one on NES, but I barely played it. And the first one I'd say the first one I played proper was A Link to the Past.
I think I did play. I played a little bit of Zelda 1, like the original, but like I played it on like obviously not on NES because I'm not that old. But I played it on like Virtual Console stuff a little bit.
By the way, I still love how Link actually does the animation, like IRL, and then has that look like, wait, I shouldn't be celebrating.
I love how when you get the clothes, he's like super like not like angry about it, but just like I don't want to be wearing these.
Oh, it's even funnier if you do like the New Game Plus, where Link keeps his pajamas and he just like invisible clothes.
The other thing about New Game Plus is that you can actually like understand the Hylian language when the characters speak it. It's just like a cool thing. But like I've also never... Wind Waker is like one game where I've never like actually 100%ed it or like done New Game Plus or anything. Because like I played Wind Waker before I ever became a completionist like that, so I never actually went and done that.
I did try to do a little bit of New Game Plus. In fact, I think that playthrough I was even trying to do stuff with the Tingle Tuner. Shout out to that thing, that whole thing back in the day.
Who else remembers the Tingle Tuner? Shoutouts in the chat if you're a Tingle Tuner fan.
Oh yeah, that was you connect to the Game Boy Advance for that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to get like the special
was,
link cable stuff.
yeah, it was actually really neat. I think I got through like maybe the third dungeon, and it was like, yeah, I'll come back. Okay, I'm good for today. I'll come back to it in tomorrow's zone, and that never came. So prep.
Tango Tuner is also gone now in this version because I got replaced by the Meavers stuff, which is all dead now. I mean, unless you hack your Wii U, but we're not gonna advocate for that live on stream. But you could hack your Wii U. I do also remember using that the link cable for the Tango Tuner for Four Swords Adventures on that, because I used to have that. I still do have a copy now, but it's not my original copy, because like people who know me probably know that I went through a Nintendo hating phase when I was a kid. Because I that was a whole thing in my life that happened.
Yeah, I never ended up playing that one, unfortunately.
Four Swords Adventures is so good, but like I feel like to get the full experience, you have to actually play with people. But in order to play with people, you need like
yeah, that's
$70 worth of equipment or whatever.
Yeah, like I had a lot of.
I think I don't think it's that cheap anymore.
Oh no, for sure. I did have a lot of experience with like multiplayer connectivity for the GameCube because of my brother and his friend. So like, I did actually get to play some Four Swords Adventure multiplayer, though not all of it. That's the weird part, is that we did have Four Swords Adventure, but we only borrowed Wind Waker. So like, my first run like had an abrupt end, and just didn't really have like the full experience for a while.
I do remember when I was able to play in multiplayer, I did play a little bit of the co-op and like also the versus stuff with my brother a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish though that the English version had the whole Tetris tracker stuff that it had on the Japanese version, because there was a whole mode that was exclusive to the Japanese version that was like, it was like kind of Wii U before it was Wii U, because you had to like play on the GBA, but then there was also stuff happening on the TV screen.
Really?
And it was like a whole thing where like Tetra from this game was like teaching you or like telling you where to find like certain items that you could only find on the GBA, but you had to look at the TV screen to see where they were.
Was that like a thing you could do with the GBA for single player, or was that a multiplayer?
I think it was multiplayer only, but you had to use GBA link stuff for it because it relied on the two screens. So that's why I say it was like a Wii U before it was a Wii U.
Reminds me a little Crystal Chronicles in that regard, because it did the same sort of deal. Like each player would have a different bit of information on their screen if they were using the GBA.
I really wish that we got that in English, because it was Japanese only on Four Swords Adventures. And like I've seen a little bit of stuff of it, and it looks so good, but we can't play it because they were stingy with it.
I'm gonna have to look into that. 'Cause I've never heard about that before. I might have, but I forgot. Maybe. Perhaps.
I remember I remember seeing that. This is back when I even had like Nintendo Power and stuff. So it was like it was actually brought up then when the game was coming out, but that was like when it was still in development. And then it never went past that. So I just thought they canceled it. Also, shout outs to this scene. I love this scene.
We love this. We love the barrel.
And like just like wait, what are you doing? No.
I love that you can just sit here and listen to him struggle for like 2 hours.
Like he got there before he realized what was happening.
They didn't even like knock him out or anything. They just teleported him into the barrel.
They just like picked him up, put him in. And he took a second to realize what was going on. Like, wait, I am about to get flung. Oh no, let me out, please.
I love this sound so much. It's so good.
It almost sounds like he's saying like, "Come on," to them, like, "Come on, let me out."
We just had to listen to the sounds for a bit.
This just keeps getting better. I love this scene so much. Love the one on 2, and then 1's just like, all right, I'm ready. Let's do it.
And the little wave.
The expressions. Zelda expressions are always so good, but like this is
and
punk.
splat.
And then we get the special Zelda stealth section.
There's always a Zelda stealth section.
I remember this one taking me a while because I was very bad at stealth when this game came out.
I was bad at the stealth, but also I never knew where I had to go.
Yeah, but I was like 14 when this thing came out.
There's also like the 3 lights you have to take out, but you technically only have to take out 1. But I always forget which one I need to take out, so I just always do all 3 anyway.
Are there stealth segments in Majora?
Oh, there is actually. Yeah, the during the Woodfall segment.
Yeah.
See, the first thing I thought of was the whole thing with like the guy who steals the mask, and you have to like get the other character to come help you get the mask back. Which like is not stealth at all.
No,
that's more puzzle.
that's not even remotely stealth. No.
But that's like the first thing that went into my head for some reason.
No, it's the Woodfall part where you have to like evade the scrubs. You're trying to get into the palace.
The reason I
or
asked
rather, you're trying to sneak around so you can get to the monkey.
Because I've been thinking lately how many of like the ongoing things in Zelda were started by Ocarina. Like, it wasn't really instruments if you count the instruments in Link's Awakening, but actually being able to play them, like, for story purposes. That's like been an ongoing thing. They also had a stealth segment in that. Like, even up to Skyward Sword, because I was also thinking about those stealth segments. Those are within the Silent Realm, appropriately. And you can really brute force that one. Just... Also reminds me I haven't beaten Breath of the Wild.
I still technically haven't even beat Tears of the Kingdom. I'm like literally at the final boss. But then like all the stuff that takes away your health when you get hit was frustrating me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I have to go cook more stuff that resists that. But then before I looked that up, I saved, and now I'm like at a point where like I can't leave on that save file without beating the final boss to cook more stuff. So now if I want to cook more stuff, I have to go back to an earlier save, and I just can't be bothered to do that. I'm also getting caught on purpose, just so I can get back up here. But that was not accidental, I promise, chat.
Beats trap.
Just like that grab wasn't accidental.
See, what was accidental there was me mashing too much and letting go of the ledge. That was the accidental part.
As much as I did leave Link stranded in the Hebra Highlands, I think the Hebra Mountains, I think I am going to restart Breath of the Wild, and I think I'm going to lead up to that with a lot more Zelda soon, especially this. I really need to get a good playthrough of this.
I still never actually played the DLC for Breath of the Wild, so I never got like the motorcycle stuff or anything.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't have the DLC to this day. What?
I have the Wii U version, so like...
What DLC?
We love DLC.
I think I also have the Wii U version of Hyrule Warriors?
I still have the Wii U version of that. But I never got 3DS version because I don't have the new 3DS with the other stick.
I don't have the Wii U version anymore, but I still have the 3DS version to this day alongside the Switch one. And I really ought to play the Switch one and maybe finally actually try to I'd say 100% that game. But that's a lot of
You're gonna be
game.
stuck on it for like 2 years like I have. It's probably been more like 3 years for me now, honestly. for Hyrule Warriors.
Sometimes a game is a slow climb.
Sometimes it's a slow time, sometimes, it's a short hike.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild was very much the same as Twilight Princess was with GameCube and Wii. It was like, this is one of our final Wii U games, and it's gonna be our first Switch game.
I feel like I'm at the point now, like that, with waiting for Xenoblade 4.
Yeah. I kind of feel like that's gonna happen with Prime 4 as well. Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, honestly, if it's gonna happen to any game, it's gonna be Prime 4 with the way that went.
Who could say? I better be able to play Switch games on the next console. Let's put it that way.
I think there's also still a lot of people that are hoping for like GameCube NSO and all that stuff.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
And then there's also, what is that rat doing?
Oh, hanging
It's
out.
Did you see that rat? Rattau was mentioned. I had to.
The rats doing their best.
Listen, sometimes you're a rat and you gotta do some parkour.
Rat core.
I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I got distracted by the rat. Dude, let me go past you. I need to get over there so I can get the last light. I might have already done the light that I actually need to do, but I always forget which one, so I'm just doing all three of them.
These moblins are so rude.
Also, that drum that happens when they see you like that, like, always scared the hell out of me as a kid.
Yeah,
And it still kind of does now.
I'm pretty sure it scared me too when I first played.
I'm just tapping it. How did that guy see me, but not the one I'm closer to? Please.
I guess it's really a matter of the direction they're looking in.
I should be in his line of sight and he's not seeing me. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
There we go.
And then we come back this way and we have to do that entire room again, but the other way.
Dude, I was hoping for an exciting sequel to Link's Barrel Fun Time.
Why did that just remind me of the Link's crossbow training game?
It reminded me kind of it too, to be honest.
It's like,
Just had that energy.
I also never played that one, but no, you know what? No, well, there you go. We finally have the exciting sequel. Or actually,
Link's
no, this
crossbow
came
training
first.
2,
So technically,
Electric Boogaloo.
no, technically a prequel. This came first.
See, I know nothing about Link's crossbow training other than that it exists.
That's the most I know about it.
I know it had like the weird like zapper,
Yeah, the Wii
thing.
Zapper, which was just like a shell you put the Wii remote and nunchuck in.
just like the weird child of the Duck Hunt zapper. I missed the pot. I love how you can use enemy weapons, but also what throws me off is that they switched the buttons for throwing and swinging weapons from GameCube to HD.
Oh.
Because in GameCube, B used to be swing and A used to be throw, but now they changed it so A is swing and B is throw, which always throws me off.
That's kind of weird. There's sort of, if I recall, been an inconsistency of that throughout the series, and the way it felt more natural to me in Link's Awakening, because you just had like the two buttons to work with in the original, was kind of the opposite. I would put the power bracelet on... I think it was like most games B was the default for sword, and
It's still default for sword in this, but like for when you use enemy weapons, they changed it from GameCube to HD.
so what felt right to me was putting sword on A, and then shield and power bracelet on B.
I haven't even played GameCube in like probably like 10 years, and it still throws me off.
You know, the GameCube controller setup is just perfect. Why I force games to use it on my PC.
See, I would play GameCube more if I actually still owned GameCube games, but I don't anymore because of my whole Nintendo hating phase that I mentioned earlier. If people don't know the story about that, I might have mentioned it to a few people, but like basically, like I was a child, and like I got my first PS3 in like 2012 or whatever. And I was like, my child brain was like, oh, I have a PS3 now, so I get to play adult games, even though I still played more childlike games. Like, I still played, like, Sonic or, like, Ratchet and Clank on my PS3, but...
You to play more adult games like Little Big Planet.
Yeah, like, I literally played Little Big Planet, and, like, my brain was like, oh, I'm playing adult games just because I'm playing on a PS3. So then my brain was like, oh, Nintendo's only for babies because it's not an adult console like a PS3.
To be fair, the GameCube is when their kind of more family-friendly approach was, like, in full force. It's...
Yeah.
That mentality was a thing that hit a lot of people at the time.
Yeah, but like it hit me a lot because like my brain was like, oh, I have an adult console on PS3 now. I don't need this baby stuff anymore. So then I was like not using it, and my mom came to me and was like, hey, are you using this stuff anymore? I was like, no. And then we just decided to sell all of it, so now I don't own any of my original GameCube and Wii stuff anymore.
I've been there since it was me making that decision, and Silver ran there for different reasons, like having like the GameCube and like all the setup stuff for it, which would be really nice to have again. So I'm trying to build up towards that again. But me back then was like, well, I have a Wii. It can do GameCube stuff. I'm not using this, so I'll just sell it to a relative, and I regret that to this day.
Yep. I do own a GameCube now, but it's not my original one, and I do own like at least 2 GameCube names now, and one of them actually is Four Swords Adventures, like we were talking about earlier.
See, I would love to get my hands on that, but I'm not going to say what a copy of that probably goes for now.
I think the only reason I got it was because like there's a retro store kind of near me, but then there was like a minor flood that happened near where the original store is located one year, and then they moved locations to like our mall that was closer. And then we went one year, and when they were still open there, and I just managed to find it. But then they moved back to the original location because the flood stuff got fixed. So I think they still exist now, but they're back at the old location that I've never gone to.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just watched them knock down, and my first instinct was the finish and blow, which isn't a thing in this game.
Yeah. Even in Twilight Princess, you have to unlock it, but like, it's not even in this one at all.
Oh. See, my problem is I do have GameCube games. And in fact, I do have my original GameCube. It just, the motor stopped and I can't do anything about it. So I can't play games on it.
The disc drive?
The bigger problem is I can't even open it up because I don't have a screw that can fit in those narrow pockets.
I'm lucky enough to have one, but it's because I have like a kit that has like an extension piece and all the bits and everything.
But I also do very much relate, though it was, for me, I focused on the handheld games. The whole, well, I've moved on from these games, so I'm going to sell them. And it scarred me. Honestly, I just do not trade games in anymore at all. Yeah. I have them, they're mine.
Me selling in my GameCube stuff is actually like the whole reason why I never finished Wind Waker, because I got to Wind Temple and then the whole phase happened, and then I never finished it until HD. And like that also kind of happened a lot with me in the original Luigi's Mansion. Like I swear I traded that in. I traded Luigi's Mansion 1 in, and then rebought it like 3 different times.
Poor Link just gets tossed away like
yeah. We're not even caring with what Link's happening with what he's going through. We don't care. We're talking about old games and nostalgia. We don't care what was happening to little baby Link.
Speaking of old things, King of Red Lions. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。
Hey.
。 . 。 . 。 . 。 .
How do we feel about Zelda partners? Like, partners in Zelda games. Like, who's your favorite Zelda partner?
Zelda. And what I mean by that is, in my favorite scenario is in Spirit Tracks, where
I was about
Zelda
to say the
gets to
Spirit Tracks one,
possess
right?
Marthas. She gets
I
her
still
armor.
need to play that. Like,
I haven't recently haven't not too long ago watched someone play through that. No, definitely one of the best sidekicks.
I tried to play Spirit Tracks in college because like I had a time in college where I was trying to play more Zelda stuff, and I put my copy of Spirit Tracks in my DS and it kept crashing after a certain point, so I just like gave up on it. So I
No.
think my copy that I had was broken.
That game, like, it has some weirdness to it that happens per DS. Like the notable flute glitch when trying to get into the ocean temple. Like, I lent my friend my copy that I played all the way through with, like 100%, and they couldn't on their DS at all get past that part. It just wouldn't work.
I did play Phantom
every
Hourglass.
every DS and copy of Spirit Tracks is personalized.
I did play Phantom Hourglass at least, so I at least did play at least one DS Zelda.
I couldn't finish out Phantom Hourglass. I really wonder if I will like it better coming back to it now, though, but the puzzles in it
I
annoy
think
me.
people's main issues with the DS Zelda games is that like there's the one dungeon that you have to repeatedly go to like 6 times.
Yeah, and they fixed that in Spirit Tracks, where that you went to the tower multiple times, but you only went to certain rooms, rather than having to redo convoluted puzzles.
There was also a fun thing in Spirit Tracks where like, or in Phantom Hourglass where like, you have to buy a ship part, but the louder you scream into the DS mic, the lower the price you get.
The funny part is you can also just blow into it. You don't even
Because
have
it
to
counts
say
as a
it.
scream.
I mean, you know, that's how you haggle. You just yell the loudest, and you win.
I wish I could do
you
that
looked
in
at
real
them.
life.
You looked at them for an eye. You just stare at them for a few seconds, and then you go, "Handle."
That's what I'm gonna do next time I go to the store.
Yeah.
Just,
Like
just go to the
attack.
cashier and scream "Handle."
I should have done that when I was buying my ADHD kibble recently.
I always love how Tingle poses with you.
We got the dead Meavers thing. The dead bottle thing is the dead Meavers. I don't care. It sent me a message on the gamepad about it.
I'm looking at the Wii U gamepad. It's not on right now. I don't know why it's telling me to look.
Because it was sending me a thing about it on the gamepad.
I'm aware.
Is the joke you have your Wii U gamepad that you were looking at and it's not on? Because that's my joke. I'm doing
Yes.
that.
Yes, I was looking at my actual Wii U gamepad. It's in front of me.
I hope I remember how to get through this. I always forget which way it is. I don't even know why I'm bothering doing this. I really don't need to, but I did it when I was playing this.
It's simple. You want money so you can get the sale.
I have 168, I'm fine. I better not be lost in here. I want to get the Pictobucks because it's just muscle memory for me to get it. There we go, there it is.
I'd have the Pictobox. How else are you gonna take selfies?
Yeah, like you don't want to take the selfie that's in front of like the dragon boss.
Here, what if we took a selfie right now, chat?
Hey,
Switch.
why is the Pictobox in this, like, dungeon?
I can make Link do this.
Selfie with the skulls.
Here we go. Here's. There we go. There's our selfie chat. It's black and white because we don't get color yet, but there it is.
Link just looking around like sees like the mushroom here, it's all there, and it's just like, Yeah, this is the perfect spot for a selfie.
And there's the rat. Rat Tail is mentioned again.
What a scamp.
Why, you know, why didn't someone make that into one of those rat emotes?
Why not? Listen,
like, we
I made
had
the
so
giant
many.
rat. I made the giant eye rat that's just like made of eyes.
We don't talk about the giant eye rat.
Why? It's perfection.
We don't talk about it other than the part where it is watching you.
I literally did that on the final day, like, because I was gonna do it before, and then I was like, wait, I should have done this earlier. I did it during the Stardew Valley run.
Be not afraid.
Also, fun fact about Windfall Island: if you slow down the music, it's actually just Kakariko Village music. Like it's literally just Kakariko Village.
I mean, I kind of just picked up on it anyways, because parts of that song's motif is just there.
Yeah, it's like exactly what it is in if you slow it down. I think like I never actually played Link to the Past, so like when I first played Ocarina of Time, I thought Kakariko Village was the first game that had it. And then I learned about Link to the Past, and I was like, oh, that's where Kakariko came from.
Yeah, I think there's a Kakariko in Zelda 2, I think, even. Maybe.
I think, I don't know.
Zelda
We don't talk
2.
about Zelda 2.
Zelda 2 was actually my first Zelda experience, though I didn't have an NES anymore at the time. I was also, like, still, like, 4.
I did play a bit of Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, because I had the, like, the 25th anniversary thing on GameCube that was, like, it had Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, but then, like, also, like, a Master Quest Ocarina of Time that was, like, a harder version, but then, like, a 20-minute demo of Wind Waker on it.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually had that disc.
Honestly, I think that's, like, one of my first things I ever did, like, speed running for, because, like, I didn't know it was speedrunning at the time, but, like, I do remember, like, playing the 20-minute Wind Waker demo of that, and, like, seeing how far I could get in the 20 minutes before I shut down.
Yeah,
So
in memory serves, I think one of the files from it was actually in the Forsaken Fortress for the Cell section.
I just always remember starting it at the beginning of the game. I don't remember any files on it.
Yeah, I think they had like three spots. Like one was like sort of the name, the second was in the fortress, and I forget what the third one was. I think the third one might have been like a dungeon.
I guess when people ask what I first started speedrunning, I should probably change my answer to that, because that's technically where I started speedrunning, I guess, even if I didn't know what speedrunning was at the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get really technical with it, I started speedrunning with, like, Mega Man 03. But I didn't know what speedrunning was for, like, another decade.
I'm not
even like me with like Xenoblade, like I didn't even start speedrunning with Xenoblade. I technically did a speedrun of Assassin's Creed Rogue before I ever did Xenoblade speedruns. So technically my first like real speedrun that I ever submitted to a leaderboard was Assassin's Creed before I did Xenoblade.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess my first one in that case would be Mega Man 02 of all things, because I got really good at it, and I would just kind of be able to do it kind of quickly as a result. Never really thought anything of it otherwise.
I get those
that in Kirby Arenas.
I do also remember like I had the demo for the HD version of Sonic Unleashed, and I kind of remember also like speedrunning the first level of that with like my brother and a friend at the time.
Yes. That's such a good game for like just going back to levels and speedrunning them.
Because that was also like the first time I ever played HD version of Unleashed, because I only had like the Wii version at the time before I played it. So that demo was like my first experience of Unleashed. And like just speedrunning it.
Fun enough, I mentioned how I am planning to do a lot of Zelda gaming. I actually like revisited Zelda 1 for this purpose lately, and I've been having fun with it. but part of my goal of that is going to be, like, figuring out what Zelda game do I want to speedrun, because I do want to speedrun something in this series.
I kind of
I've
want to try to
also
learn at least one run. I've honestly been leaning towards Minish Trap.
Yeah.
I've also kind of looked at Minish Cap for speedrunning.
Strong contender.
Like, I've looked at like a few Zeldas for speedrunning, like outside Hyrule Warriors. I've looked at like Minish Cap and like Wind Waker, maybe a little bit Twilight Princess, I think, and probably I think maybe Ocarina of Time also.
There's been a lot of progress with Spirit Tracks recently, and that is one that I really enjoy, so I'm considering that as well.
Yeah, but yeah, Minish Trap in my case, I played through it, really liked it, ended up doing like a 3-heart run, like right behind that for some reason. And
I've still never done any
Yeah.
3-heart runs.
I've only done it in like a couple.
I thought about doing it in Wind Waker just because I've played Wind Waker so much, but I've just never really sat down and done it.
I think when you get down to like Wind Waker, and to a stronger degree like Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword, like the tech gets really deep.
Like, there's the whole back in time stuff with Skyward Sword too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's cool. It's so cool, honestly. But
you can technically also do back in time in Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but it's like really not as extensive as it is in Skyward Sword. Because they're all using the same engine, so that's why it still exists. It's just like not as useful for.
Yeah. And
It's
like,
only useful for Skyward Sword technically.
and like Back in Time still exists in Skyward Sword HD. You just can't reset
Yeah.
the Switch in a way that will make it work.
Yeah, which is sad.
Of
But
course.
I have seen like randomizers and stuff of Zelda games, and like I know people reset the game a lot just to like exit temples or stuff faster. Which is like not exactly back in time, but I know they're just like they're like saving and closing the game to get to the entrance quicker so they can leave.
It is adjacent in time, I would say. Like sideways.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of just getting like if you ever see like really like some of the really old like superhero cartoons, you just hear like the narrator just go meanwhile or whatever.
With the SpongeBob time card stuff.
Yes, or that's also like a pretty good equivalent.
More birds.
More birds. See, I'm gonna relate this to Xenoblade again because of course I am. This is like the High Entia. This is just Alchemoth, but like not as like advanced. That's not gonna make any sense to anyone who knows nothing about Xenoblade.
Nope.
Also, they don't have to worry about suffering from their hubris,
Also that.
which also won't make any sense.
There's no like gene swapping stuff or anything.
And if you're like, well, okay, what did they do? Well, that's not for this showcase because this is Wind Waker.
Exactly. Chat, if you know me, you know I never shut up about Xenoblade, so you know I will say that I've been working on a Xeno lore rant, because of course I have. I need to get back to working on it, but like I've had the idea for like a year maybe. And it's gonna come when it comes, but it's happening.
Yeah, we would say it would be a kind of an unhinged rant, but the thing is that Xenoblade is basically unhinged on its own. You don't actually need to assist it.
Pcol may very well be hinging it to a degree.
Yeah, like if
maybe
anything, it might be a hinged rant.
I'll find a way to unhinge the unhingedness of Xenoblade.
I don't know if I'm still invested in doing a Sonic one. Like, I could do it at the drop of a hat if you needed me to, but I don't know.
I'm just gonna say as those last bits were said, like I've had like a playlist playing in the background just for background music. It is playing in a range of the final battle from Majora's Mask.
I thought you were gonna say the final battle of Xenoblade 1. I was gonna ask if it's the Donkey Kong version.
Oh, jeez.
You know, if I had an orb like this, I would hold it too, like this, and just stare
Same.
at it.
Or get your orbs in chat, or the eyes or whatever. If you have orbs or eyes, get them in chat.
It's very, like, I never realized this before, but very much feels like a Dragon Ball almost there.
Honestly, kind of.
Especially the Namekian ones, given the size.
Oh, here. I always forget which entrance it is, because I'm dumb. It's this one. Let's go. First try.
Eyes are
Somebody
indeed orbs.
somebody has posted the eye all is right with the world.
I look into her beautiful orbs. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. I remember if you throw her and she doesn't make it, she just bounces into the wall and doesn't like increasingly like
She gets
dazed.
dizzy. They actually incorporate that into her moveset in Hyrule Warriors.
Oh yeah, I
It's
feel
so
like
good.
I feel like I remember that a little bit from Legends.
There's like a whole bunch of stuff you can do with Medley where like she just gets herself dizzy.
We love a clumsy
Now we gotta
girl.
wait for the dots.
That is a fun thing about Hyrule Warriors, is just how many playable characters there are in it.
There's like
Congrats
There's
on
at
your
least
first, congrats on
3
first
columns
try,
of
but
characters.
unfortunately we didn't get to see her just talking in the lane, just trying to like completely out of it.
I mean, we got a bottle.
Honestly, some of her dialogue is very funny. If you haven't seen it, definitely look it up or play the game for yourself. It's not the easiest thing to acquire these days, but the game
I
is
still
very
never
good.
even like
So
seen a physical copy of Wind Waker HD in a store.
I
But, like,
had
also
I had a physical copy, and then I wasn't playing it, so I traded it in. I have it on my Wii U again these days, but also I'm just kind of upset at myself for doing that.
But like also that kind of makes sense because they don't really sell Wii U games physically anymore. How did that miss?
Oh,
Why did it just slide off the top of the rock?
I'm sorry, that one was made of rubber.
And that one landed in the water?
It was thirsty.
That one did it. Let's go.
Here we go. That was perfectly in the center of the
I
top.
normally get it first try. It doesn't normally do that.
I love how the first one just you can hear like the boing noises as it went off the rock.
Natural
maybe-
hot spring.
Bonk. I love this is how this is like one of the one areas in the game where you can swim but you don't have the air meter. So you can't drown.
Except you do.
Listen, I don't stay in there long enough to find out. I'm also bad at this.
Meanwhile, me, who was real good at Basket Bomb in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, dude. Zelda
No!
3 on 3D.
Lava, please!
Well, you got it in there.
I don't think that's gonna count, though.
No, but
That's-
you got it in there.
I'm all the way back here.
It's time to swim again.
I don't know why, like, I should have known that would void you out, but I was expecting, like, a Mario style, like, bounce off of the lava.
No, it happened again, please.
No.
It didn't even go in that time. I normally don't have this much trouble with the bomb and stuff.
At least...
In my head, I'm just hearing Mario's noise whenever he hit lava and just versus his poor buns.
At least you get to swim in the nice hot geyser water every time you burn your butt.
There we go. Third try. For try for both bomb
but
puzzles.
it's very useful to deal with the burns that Link is unfortunately receiving from bad attempts at Basket Bomb.
You know what's scary? If you die to lava in Twilight Princess, Link just drowns in the lava and you like see his hand reaching out from it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, well, that only happens if you like actually die to it at like 0 hearts, but like it's still scary.
If only Link gave a thumbs up.
Someone please make that.
Oh, we dropped the joypad. No.
That one does not spark joy.
I don't remember this part at all.
Well, you know what? You know what's good about these pots? You could just like stay in the pot. Because they're meant to teleport you through the dungeon, but I only have the one because I just started. It just like launches you out.
Link has entered the soup.
So that's what they meant when they said I'm at soup.
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Are we gonna get any of Grandma's soup? Or are we not gonna go back in time?
I don't think we're gonna get back in time. I could on this file if I really wanted to, but we're not gonna get there by the time this ends.
Look, if we just did a selfie with the dragon, I'll count that as a win.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I was watching my friend play Wind Waker recently, and she had she had like half a soup, but she wanted to refill the soup, and took a minute to figure out why Grandma would not give her soup.
No, give me soup.
Zelda soup always seems delicious. I don't know what it is.
Zelda
about it.
soup always gives
Yeah,
you the superpowers.
I feel like there's probably, I'd say no, there's like a Zelda themed cookbook. I'm sure that's like
There was one as a prize for Fatales this time.
yeah, so I'm sure like that's probably in there somewhere.
I'm also gonna wait because I hate this guy because he does that.
Oh,
He knocks you down the ladder. I thought it was down far enough, but he always does that, and I always get annoyed.
oh, nice.
Throw sword, let's go.
You thought that it was unique to Breath of the Wild that you could pick up weapons randomly? Nope.
See, listen, look, at least this game doesn't have random durability that you can't, like, check or anything.
So basically it's better on all fronts here.
It's better.
Yeah, honestly, if there's anything I'd have like an actual gripe about with both both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it's I would love to just see a durability. I know the durability meter is less immersive, but I like having that information.
Also, at
Like,
least
I
if
want to
you're
know
gonna
when
give
it's
us,
a break.
if you're gonna give us durability, at least give us an option to repair weapons and stuff.
Ooh,
Did he just kill his own friend?
no.
I heard a Choo-Choo die, but I didn't hit it.
Some very aggressive jelly in this dungeon.
No, another fun fact about the Choo-Choos is that, like, if you slow down the audio of the Choo-Choos, it's just audio of 2 Japanese men arguing.
You know, maybe that's why the ones were not taken out. The argument, unfortunately, could have done better. They decided they need to cool off. You know. Sometimes things get heated and you say things you don't mean to say.
I think things are always heated.
And that Choo-Choo just decided to disengage and leave.
I think things are always heated on a volcano, though.
I mean,
That's why they're red.
yes.
That's why they're red, because it's like cartoons where when people get angry, they turn red. I also kill a bird. Wait, I can dance on the wall while I wait for the fire. This is also the first game where I ever saw the word sidle, so I didn't think it was a real word.
Same for me, except I figured it was a real word. I just never knew that's what it meant.
I thought it was. I didn't.
And also, I never
realize
heard
it was
the
a
word
word
before then, so I've
I
already
didn't
like
think-
that. Like, oh, okay, that made sense. I guess I never knew that's what it was called, and I never
I
heard
thought
the
it,
word before.
I didn't realize it was a real word, and I thought it was just a misspelling of slide, and I didn't realize that like that doesn't make any sense.
Slide Link just does like the equivalent of just does like Hylian drift.
See, they should have had shield surfing like they did in Breath of the Wild before this. Just put just put shield surfing in this game.
Actually, wait. I say about Hylian drift but I'm saying this, but I'm saying this as if you know, Breath of the Wild doesn't exist, and Link actually has like a motorcycle.
And really, you got
Rats.
funny Pona.
Every time I think about rats, I just think of the thing that's like rats, we are the rats.
Same.
I remember somebody actually doing that at one point.
I think of that, and
I thought it was neat, but then I later learned, oh, it's a meme.
I think of that, but then I also think of the thing that's like weird. I'm the giant rat that makes all the rules. They just stole my money.
Rude.
Freaking rats! Just steal all my money.
The Legend of Zelda and the Thief is Radis.
That feels like it would be like a Wand of Gamelon bit. My brain was thinking Arzette, but like...
That's a nice freeze frame on that bird.
Beautiful.
And then we get into the dark room.
You know what bonking into a door you mean to, like, open reminds me of? It's very much what I do when I try to go to, like, a platform in Air Memories of Old, and I just jump instead of activating it.
Honestly, bonking into a door when you mean to enter it is a mood. Just like, I want to go through the door. Ow.
Sometimes the door just doesn't open fast enough.
Bonk.
Listen, I speedrun Kirby. I'm very familiar with doors not being the most intuitive to enter.
I didn't get the fire, really? There we go. I also love how in this game you can't roll upstairs, you just bonk on the stairs. You just bonk on, like, each individual step.
Because Link is so small.
Well, it also happens in, like, Twilight Princess too. And I think maybe also Ocarina of Time, but I don't remember.
I don't remember in Ocarina, but... Actually, no, I don't remember in Ocarina, because, stairs in that are generally, like, a texture. They're not really stairs, they're more like a slope.
I mean, it is accurate to bonk your head if you try to roll upstairs.
Yeah, see, it's immersive.
Zelda was the first video game to ever be fully immersive. We're breaking it wide open.
And the cartoony one at that.
I love how they hide inside the pots.
I mean, they're small enough. They can be in a pot as a treat.
They're small like me. I could probably do that in real life. If I had a pot right now, I could probably fit inside it. I would probably get stuck and like have to get broken out of, but like, I probably could.
Yeah, I was about to ask, that was my first question, was like, okay, but can you get out?
Probably not on my own.
You can get inside the pot once.
I would have to like have someone like throw the jar against the wall or something.
The thing that's hard for me to determine is like which 3D Zelda game, or rather I should call it the third-person Zelda game, is my favorite. I usually say it's between this and Majora. Really
This
curious
room
about
always
that.
hates me. Because of that, that happens every single time.
For me, it's definitely Majora. But I just have like a soft spot for that game, sort of.
I mean, like, there are reasons for me to consider the Majora, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, and Twilight Princess all four of them. But the thing is, I'm a top-down Zelda player primarily. Like, this has been like a handheld series to me for the longest time. And like I include, of course, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks in that, even though they are kind of 3D, because that's how the gameplay works. And like I can list my top out of those easily. It's Link's Awakening and Link Between Worlds, actually, and then probably Minish Cap. But it's a lot
You know,
tighter with
speaking of 2D Zelda, how do we feel about Echoes of Wisdom?
I want it
I
so
honestly
much.
can't wait for it. I'm probably not gonna be able to get it on release, unfortunately, but
It does come out around my birthday, so maybe I should do that. I was thinking of maybe getting Elden Ring instead, but I don't know.
I'll have to see what I can pull off. Maybe I can, if I can make something happen, I probably will. But
Like this is one of my classic series, right up there with Sonic and Pokemon. Which I guess is weird because I did kind of fall off after Skyward Sword in a way. Well, after
yeah,
Link Between Worlds, actually.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Echoes of Wisdom. Honestly, I want to see what speedruns of that end up looking like, because based on like the game's premise, they're gonna be wild.
I saw the new promo they did where they showed off like the sword mode thing.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
My first thought was like, how is this gonna work in speedruns?
Well, I mean, like, the puzzles in the game are just, like, honestly really clever, like, so I guess the speedrunners are gonna have to be just as clever.
I love like being able to copy it.
But I'm just gonna say I can't wait for the top-down Zelda version of, you know, all those contraptions and stuff from Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh boy.
People literally out here making real-life calculators in Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is the new Redstone Minecraft.
Yeah, I was about to say
sure.
it's just Minecraft all over again, but like where you can make like literal computers in Minecraft.
Dragon.
Andy Dragon.
Is this the dragon you want to get a selfie with, or is it the boss that you mean?
That is the boss. Oh wait, no, Goma's the boss. Yeah, I meant the boss.
Because Goma is more like a lava spider crab thing.
Yeah. It's the perfect thing to take the selfie with.
I say the dragon and Goma. Both.
Yeah,
You know what? I understand that Porte Nolas does.
I got it. I got his foot.
You got his
There we
foot.
go.
Good enough.
This is the best we can do. I don't want to see any accusations of foot perverts in chat. I just want to. That's the best I
But
can
we
do.
want
It's just a
pictures
silly
pictures
that's
with
all.
Valoo, but unfortunately Valoo is very big, and we're kind of at, like the base of the mountain, kind of like the base of the top of the mountain. But let's just happy to get like any part of the dragon in the picture.
Hookshot is so good.
Hookshot is later. This is grappling hook.
Rope. The rope swing is so good. Not the hookshot. I think it was yeah, it was snake themed. A snake
Brian,
themed
don't you
Spirit
look
Trap.
at us with that tone of emote.
I love how this guy just like falls off the side of the bridge and you don't even do anything. Oh, he's dead. Really, the cutscene stopped my attack. It didn't go through.
No.
I'm gonna land in lava. Nope, I'm good.
And to be honest, I thought that's what I thought that was gonna be the outcome.
I was so close to falling in the lava there. And I don't have the leaf yet, so I can't save myself with the leaf. Don't go up before I... Okay. Oh. I got burned, but I'm fine, whatever.
It's just a little fire. You ever think
I really should do a favorite run of this game. I was thinking about it when you brought it up.
You ever think how resilient Link is?
Link is just a monster.
You think there's anyone that actually does 6 heart runs in Skyward Sword?
I mean, probably. If people do 3 heart runs, they probably do 6 heart runs.
The only reason I have to specify 6 is because you start with 6 in that game for whatever reason.
Because they wanted it to be an easy baby game.
Yeah, except things do 1 heart of damage by default usually.
Skyward Sword is also the game where you don't even take any, like, damage when you void out in pits. Like, if you fall down in an open pit in Skyward Sword, you respawn at the door, you don't take any damage from it.
Which, fun enough,
Like
is
you do in this
actually,
one.
like, a struggle for the speedrun, so, like, there are parts where you specifically take damage when you void out, so that you end up where you want to be.
I need to keep him alive, now I don't wait.
Centipede.
Go in your ball, dude. Okay, come back over here, please. Can you get off the wall?
Can you grab it with the rope? Yeah.
Why is he doing this? I've never had him do this before.
Because gone
Where is he going?
on an adventure.
This is my one that's never happened before. I've never had him like climb over the ceiling like that.
He's going down into the
That was
lava.
he was going into the wall.
Just stand there for a moment. Yeah, okay.
I just want you in your ball. Can I grab that? It's literally all I wanted, because I need him on the Switch.
Yeah, I need this game on the Switch. You're right.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, please put Wind Waker HD and put both this and Twilight Princess, since I know people keep wanting both of them.
The 3 things I want on Switch are this, Twilight Princess HD, and Xenoblade X. Just give me the things.
Whoa. Fire keys jump scare.
He's like right in my camera.
And just sort of grappling her to the face.
Imagine getting hit with like a claw like that.
All I have to think of now is just have either of you seen Kung Pao?
No.
There's a scene where one's about to hit with like a claw weapon, basically very much like the grappling hook in this game, but it's about to hit with that, and it's like, okay, I have 2 plans. And like the first is like this kind of elaborate but really cool like visual image, and then the other is I could just take this hit and fall to the floor. Proceeds to get hit with the claw and gets knocked down to the floor, and he's like, I should have went with option A.
Got some good moments in that movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
But you know, speaking of movies, how do we feel about the Zelda movie that's happening?
The what?
Cautiously optimistic. Really, I don't know much about it to say anything, so I
don't think we even know much about it, like, in general, like, no one knows.
other than that, it's a thing that'll exist, maybe.
That's sort of why
I think we do
responded.
know that it's gonna be a live action. I think that's, like, all we know about it.
But, like, I think it'll be alright, like... I mean, heck, the Mario movie that came out... last year?
It wasn't last year, was it?
2022.
2 years ago now.
2022. Okay,
yeah.
I was trying to remember. Still, that one actually was pretty alright.
Yeah, it was fun.
So as far like I'm not worried about it being bad or anything. I'm more like, will they actually do it justice?
Just like a minor interest in it, I guess.
Yeah, that's where I am with it. Until I know more.
I hate the stairs here because they do this stuff and it doesn't work. One green rupee.
You found a green rupee. Don't spend it in one place.
They should have put rupees in this game where they take money from you.
Oh, I'm just randomly reminded of Cyber's sword in the image of Link in a rupee, and he's just very upset with himself.
What? Why did they invent
Where he just
RuPaul?
actually holds it up, and he just has like this kind of grumpy look. This poor fairy, by the way. I never liked how they. I always felt bad. It's like, yeah, not a fairy. It'll keep me alive. And then it's like, but he looks so sad.
See, that's why you should play Hyrule Warriors and use the Great Fairy Weapon for Link, where they put Link in the bottle instead.
Oh boy.
Except that weapon is also bad because it's like too big, so you can barely see anything, but also like all the attacks are extremely slow.
So I hope y'all are ready for boss selfie.
Oh yeah, we gotta take our selfie.
Yeah. I was ready to call the dragon Hooktail, and no, that's Paper Mario, not this.
I mean, it is a red dragon at the beginning of the game.
Valu and Hooktail probably know each other.
Oh.
There it is. That's the one.
This is attacking you. Let's go.
This is a good thumbnail for the video.
This is like the perfect, like, we'll be right back image.
Take a moment before disaster.
This is perfectly timed images.
Like just put in like to be continued and have the things from Joker.
I bet you're wondering how I ended up in this situation. I still got hit by the fire. I still can't believe how good that was. That was like perfectly
I'm actually kind
timed.
of surprised you got here as quickly as you did, because I thought it's dude, we still have quite a bit of time left.
Oh, we can go farther. Oh, I didn't realize. We might be able to do dungeon 2.
I think we even have. Heck, if you did want to go back for the soup, I think you could actually do it.
I'm just not sure if it's actually like available now. I think it maybe comes later. I don't know.
See if I can find that.
Because I know it's at least available after the 3rd dungeon, because that's when I did it on my other file that I set up for this, when we were doing tech check stuff. I just barely missed the platform.
Apparently it's after she gets sick, and you have to use the fairy.
I know it's after when she gets sick, but I don't remember when she gets sick.
Yeah, I don't remember when that is, and I'm not seeing anything on that part.
I mean, I could go check, though, as I don't have to. It's Swift sale right now, so it might take a while. There we go.
No.
There's Goma, let's go.
Okay, no, it's when you're forced to return, that's when it happens.
Oh yeah, okay, so that's...
So that's a little bit out of the cards, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's after...
Unless you find a way to get there in like 30 minutes.
Oh, that is after the 2nd dungeon, because that's when you go into the 3rd pearl. Because that's after... That's after when you go to Windfall where the pirates are and you get the bombs. And that's after Dungeon 2, so that's gonna be a while. So we're not gonna get there.
Yeah, sadly that's out of the cards, which is unfortunate. We're not gonna get to end with a visit to Link's grandmother and, you know,
I mean, we could. She's just not gonna be sick, and we can't save her.
Which is also fine.
How fast is the 80% for this anyway?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Let's just see. 45 minutes?
I'm not that fast at the game.
Well, that's world record pace. Unrestricted.
When we finally get the orb, we get to collect the dragon ball.
Orb.
But he loves his orb.
You know what? I get that. It's probably like a nice sensory thing. It's probably very warm.
Very magical for sure.
And now it's ours.
I love that he does the animation.
I love that he actually like you'd think like, oh, he just does the pose thing because that's just like a series staple, and it's like, no, he actually does the pose, and everybody just is just like, no, just let him have it. It's fine. Let him have this.
That's also the language that showed up with like the lines. That was the language that you can understand in New Game Plus. You can also just go on like Zelda Wiki or whatever, look up what that means.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of it's on there, if nothing else.
South. You gotta go south. And this is before you have Swift Sail, which like it is not only faster, but it also automatically changes wind direction for you when you use it. I also don't think we'll get the Swift Sail either. And we just kept to sail forever.
Funny thing about that is I got curious. You can get that after completing the first dungeon. So you could actually get it now.
Do I even have enough for it though? I have 154.
It's an auction item.
Yeah, but how much is it?
Average around 300.
Okay, so I don't even have close to enough. Because I know it's from the auction, I just forgot how much it was.
Figure about 300, but if the auction house is like I remember it, there is a trick to effectively stun lock.
Yeah, I think it's like... God, I don't know the math on it, but I think you have to like bid like 20% more than like everyone else does, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, and you just like stun them, you quickly build up the meter, and then once it's about to wear off, you do it again.
And then that's also the same, they're both at Windfall, you can also learn the song passing there. And then you can just, if you get the wrong item, you could just quit out and then go outside and then change it to day and then change it back to night and just get a reroll. So I feel like I could, if the Swift Sail was available now, I could probably go back and learn Song of Passing right now. But I also don't really need Song of Passing if we're only doing one more dungeon.
Yeah, I think better use of the time would not be getting the Swift Sail. But yeah, apparently you could have did it earlier.
And like you can't see my map because it's on the gamepad, but I'm like we're already like 3 tiles away from it.
It's fine. We're just sailing around. Also that. Also, shout out to Phantom Hourglass, where that is actually your fastest means of movement in the sea. So like,
No, the wind.
Oh no!
No, the wind.
Oh no! Okay, we're fine.
At least it's not like the frog guy who like completely teleports you like halfway across the map.
I know. My first thought was that would have been very funny.
We're headed towards the forest now, right?
Yeah, we're going to Forest Haven.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is also the place with the Nintendo Gallery.
Hey, we do. Hey, we did to see Makar. I'm fine with this.
We get to see Little Onion Boy.
You get to see Best Boy.
We get to see Bird Girl and Onion Man. The two best superheroes. That's the sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Bird Girl and Onion Man.
You know, I've never, like, thought of Makar as, like, an onion before, but now that you say it, like, I'm specifically relating it to Onion from Puyo Pop Fever. It's just a little onion Oni.
I've never played Puyo Pop Fever. I've never played Fever, so I have no frame of reference for that because I don't think they show up in the Puyo Tetris games.
I mean, the name pun is all you really need.
I haven't played much of, like, Puyo stuff ever. I think most I've ever played of Puyo was, like, a little bit on, like, the Sonic version that they had on Sonic Gems Collection.
Me Bean Machine.
It's not the easiest puzzler to get into, to be honest, but it's got such an aesthetic.
Like, I'm already bad enough at Tetris, I can't do Puyo.
The most Puyo I played recently was the boss fight in Chemical Plant on Sonic Mania.
Naturally.
And I love that they did that. So it's also unfortunately a speedrunner's worst nightmare because you suddenly have to play a completely different game and know how to do that one quickly.
Yep. Gotta set up those combos. Or just learn the skip you can do with Sonic and 2. It's not easy. It's one of the harder skips.
I remember seeing that when it first came out. I remember being very disappointed that they just found a way to skip the Puyo minigame.
I remember seeing a run where Argic was doing it, and, like, but he was doing it with crowd control, and as soon as he got into the Puyo, people just killed him. And that went on for, like, an hour.
Yeah. That's the nature of crowd control. Is there Zelda crowd controls?
There's
there's a few.
I don't know, like, what specific games they have them on, but I know they exist. I think at least 2 of them are Wind Waker Twilight Princess, but I think there might be others.
I'm not even sure what that do.
With the seed?
Oh no, the crowd control for these games.
There's stuff like, I don't know, like
giving and
taking
taking
and
hearts.
giving money.
Yeah, money, hearts. Obviously taking the player out.
I think there's, at least in Twilight Princess, there's a thing where you can upgrade the sword and, like, downgrade the sword earlier before they're meant to have it.
I think the only types of Octoroks in this are aquatic, are they?
Those are, like, the only Octoroks, like, in
modern Zelda.
There's the sea ones in, like, the big sea, but
that's so interesting because, like, obviously they're based on octopus, but, like, you go far enough back to Skyward Sword, they're, like, plant based. They're like Deku scrubs.
Yeah, they're more plant based. Of course, you got stuff like the first one, Link to the Past,
Yeah,
where they're still grounded, and then you have like Ocarina Onward, and they're all like in the water. That's it.
Yeah. I think, like, I only really noticed that with Breath of the Wild only having the aquatic ones. I'm just like, hey, wait a minute, because, like, I've mostly played 2D ones recently at that point.
now I'm just remembering about the thing in Ocarina of Time that's, like, 23 is number 1. That one specific door puzzle.
Yeah, and then the Master Quest version, I think they change it.
Wait, so
I
they...
haven't played too much Master Quest. I did play it on the 25th anniversary thing that I had, but I didn't go too far into it.
I've watched some Master Quest, and I find it very unappealing. So they can't understand Hylian in this anymore.
I looked at this and all I hear in my head is Yahaha!
Yahaha! See, this is the game where they came from. This is the Yahaha game.
Everybody loves
The
Kodama.
original one.
I mean, Koroks.
His name is Linder. How did I never see that before?
I'm a big fan of your chocolate, but... No, now I put myself in the mood for Linder chocolates. I wasn't lying.
See, after this point in the game is when the most annoying side quest happens, where you have to like get the special water from here, but then like go around like to like 15 different islands and spread water on the new trees. Because then after you complete the second dungeon, they all leave to go spread new trees everywhere, and you have to water all the trees, and it's so annoying.
You know what Degu tree design I really like? It's the one in, Oracle of Ages, I think it is. It's a very cute one in the water.
I think I've seen that one before.
Oh, the one that's like you save her and when
Yeah, and...
you save her in like the past, and she's like, I'm gonna marry you when I grow up.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's weird.
Oh, you know how it is with these
Look, Lane,
time shenanigans.
look, it's fine. Look, it's Lane. It's Lane. He also got a Zora that just kind of want similar.
Is it the same if it's a Zora versus a tree? It's like asking to marry you. Would you rather marry a Zora or a tree?
I mean, it depends on the personality.
Yeah,
We're asking the hard-hitting questions here.
Yeah, what Vale said. I mean,
You are contesting my, like, aquatic nature. Like, I would probably be a Zora if I were in the Zelda universe. So it wouldn't be weird.
What about Gorons? Would you marry a Goron?
I said what I said. Depends on the personality.
Do I have enough magic? I should have enough magic. I just didn't change the wind, but I should make it, maybe. Nope. All because I didn't change the wind.
Curses.
Because I forgot.
Rip.
No, I should have realized I didn't change the wind because the entire game is Wind Waker. I need to go back inside for magic.
Point of view, she didn't waste the wind.
I forgot. I thought I could still make it. Oh, this is a good quality of life thing though, that they made the Wind Waker just on the D-pad instead of like an actual item you have to equip.
Yeah, by the way, I also like that they did that where they just put on the corner sort of like the entire screen.
They also did that with the sail too, where it's like you just press A to do it instead of having to equip on an actual item slot.
What was stopping them from doing that in the GameCube version, actually?
I think not enough item slots or something. I don't know. Because you just had.
I'm trying to remember what the D-pad did in original.
I missed it.
No. It looks like it's going so slow because it's so big, but...
My depth perception is bad. This is why I zoom out. See, if you've ever seen me play Xenoblade, I play the camera like this. Like fully zoomed out like this. But in Xenoblade instead.
You like to be able to see, so I feel you there. There's actually like a lot of games that will like automatically zoom in, and I'm just constantly fighting it by zooming out. Cough Genshin.
Even in like closed off areas in Xenoblade, I don't even bother zooming in the camera in that much. But also, I've like played Xenoblade enough to the point where I feel like I know where I'm going without having to zoom it in. Here I am relating to everything to Xenoblade again, because of course I do. It's me.
Well, good news. We got to the dungeon.
Let me see how fast we get through this one. I also watched, I was watching a Wind Waker randomizer video recently where, like, they got to the very end of the game, and they were missing one chest, and that chest I just got was the final one that they were missing. And they didn't realize that they missed the one chest.
Oh.
So they had to, like, come all the way back here from the very end of the game just to get it, and it was, like,
Well,
the one thing they actually needed.
Well, as far as time, we've actually got more than I thought, because I'm looking at the timer currently. We have like a little over 20 minutes.
I could maybe do this in 20 minutes. Maybe? I thought there was a... I went down here when I wasn't supposed to.
It is like a big fear with 100% runs, though. It is... what if I missed something?
Yeah, trust me, it's a thing that's deterred me from like Amazing Mirror 100%, because it's very easy to miss a thing.
I was once playing Persona 5 Royal to 100% it, and I missed, like... I was following a guide, but I didn't see that the guide said to get, like... Oh, you need this one specific thing to upgrade one of your stats. And it was like 5 pages back or whatever. And I was only saving on one file. Because I was being dumb, and I had to restart the entire game just to get it. Because I was behind on my stats. It was like, I had to buy like one specific like radio or like video game console or whatever to upgrade one of the stats. And I was like, so behind on my stats because I didn't buy it.
It's funny you mentioned that. It's now reminded of a mod somebody did that actually replaced one of the names with Doom.
Of course it is. Can you play Doom in Persona 5?
You
Yes.
can, in fact, play Doom on it, and I think it raises your guts. Only on PC, though. Unfortunately, if you're playing it on like consoles, I regret to inform you that no, you cannot run Doom on it. We found the limit. But that's okay. That's okay. I think Doom is like on most of those anyway, so you know, you just can't do it through Persona 5.
You can play Doom on yourself if you think hard enough.
Is that how that works?
Sure. I played through entire games in my head before.
Can you play Doom using the human body? I went backwards. I didn't want to go this way.
Oh. How did that happen?
I think I hit the switch. That nut almost disintegrated. That was gonna disintegrate in like 5 seconds.
These nuts have such a small shelf life these days.
Can't believe my nut is weak.
You pick it up from the store, and by the time you get home, it's already just
It's peanut butter.
yeah.
Can't believe it's peanut butter.
I can't believe it's PP.
SMH.
When your run is incredibly stuck, but somehow you still clutch it out.
I've never understood what these like snake platform things are supposed to be. Are they tongues?
Why?
please. My nut game is like bad today.
You just chucked it away like it was like you know what? This doesn't spark joy actually.
I'm so bad at doing nuts.
I'm realizing that, like, there's a lot of things that were items for, like, Child Link in this that are just kind of, like, passive things, like the Deku Sticks and those nuts. Though those nuts don't explode in this.
That means they're bad nuts.
Yeah,
I don't trust the not exploding nuts.
they disintegrate, so clearly they don't have the pressure behind them to burst.
Oh yeah, you remember that one mini game in Majora's Mask where you have to like navigate this maze to get to a treasure chest? Yeah, what if we just made that a room?
There's a lot of mazes like that in Zelda, huh? Or, well, I'm thinking like the ones where things pop up and you have to go around.
I literally just played through Twilight Princess like a month ago. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if there's any mazes in Twilight Princess. Yeah.
Probably is. I really, really don't remember Twilight Princess, which is funny because I do really like it. But I can definitely think of ones in Ocarina and Skyward Sword.
I love that after you get the chest, the vines still don't go away, so you still have to fly over them. If this was any other Zelda game, they would go away.
I'm very surprised those very angry chestnuts didn't just latch onto you this time.
Very angry chest.
I think they're meant to like slow you down if they latch onto you.
They do.
Dude, well, give me your thing.
Just yank the feather away from it.
Very aggressive pea-hats.
Dude, can you... Stop. Go in your water.
Something about, like, the specific enemy designs in this game. I think it overall has my favorites. Like, especially when you get to the Dark Nuts later, like that are in Hyrule Castle. Because, like, you can actually take their armor off and see that they're, like, these dog people underneath.
Honestly, there's some of the more easier Dark Nuts.
Mm-hmm. This Link is
Like
just
this-
powerful.
When I was playing Twilight Princess, I actually did struggle with the Dark Nuts a lot. That was bad. Because the Dark Nuts in Twilight Princess are actually, like, challenging. The big bug.
Oh look, it's that one boss from A Link to the Past.
And now it's pretty.
I'm gonna die.
Nice.
I have half a heart. Why is this killing me?
You do have grass here.
Have a heart and a dream.
I see a heart. Let's go. I don't know why I always struggle with that one so much.
See, have a heart and a dream. That's all you needed.
Oh, he's actually tired. Bonk. And we got the good boomerang.
What makes this boomerang so good?
Because it does this. Bonk.
Heck yeah.
It's also broken in Smash. For anyone who knows me in Smash, I played Link. Or like, at least, not normal Link. I played Toon Link in Smash 4 and Young Link in Ultimate.
I haven't.
So always
played-
see me play Young Link.
I'm
She
sorry.
knows how
I'm
bad I am.
I'm sorry. I'm a Ness. You think? Oh. You know, you're like the Kirby person. You probably main Kirby, and I do use Kirby a lot. But unfortunately, that's not the character I am best with.
I mean, I play NES too, but I also play Kirby. But I also like to mix it up a lot. But I also haven't played Ultimate much. Does older Link still have like the wind boomerang in that?
Older Link in Ultimate is Breath of the Wild Link now. So his boomerang is more just like a normal boomerang again.
Huh.
But he also has the remote palms. I hate the hands. Why are there hands in the grass?
Oh. I'm also thinking about in certain top-down Zeldas how you can
The grass
just flat out control the boomerang. Just like if you hold down the button, just control it going around the screen. I always like that.
You know how there's like rewards to like touching grass and stuff. Well, what if the grass wants to touch you?
That's
I don't like
bugs.
that.
I don't either.
Why did that not jump?
I don't either. But this is Wind Waker, where you know they bring up that sort of cursed question.
I think if it touches you, they drain your magic, which is not great either. Oh, this island is also where you would use the Tinko Tuner to get like the special Tinker statue thing. Because there's one hidden in each dungeon, and if you get all of them, you go to Tingle Island and you can get like extra rupees for it. And they still exist in HD, but you have to just like know where they are now. What is happening?
This platform's not big enough for both of us.
There should be only one.
I don't know why I'm blowing these guys off. I usually just game ring them. I went the wrong way. I was supposed to also...
I'm just
This
connecting
guy.
how similar the pod mechanic there that launches you is to the mechanics in Majora's Mask, except you have the
Thank you,
leaf instead of
flower.
the effective scrub.
I'm forgetting how to do this wrong. I'm being so bad. Why are you locked onto the thing over there? I know you're supposed to like get up there and like throw a bomb into the hole somehow, but I'm being stupid. Oh, I have to go up there. I went to the complete wrong place.
It happens.
There we go. What I wanted the entire time. Stop. Freaking pea hats. I love that pea hat is their actual name. And then the C versions are just called C hats.
Sometimes game enemy names just make you wonder why.
Oh, this wasn't even like anything. Okay, I don't care.
Oh,
This room should not have taken as long as it did. It's
fine.
just instinctual for me to go in there and get that.
It's fine. There's still a little bit of time.
What's the boss of this dungeon again? I
It's
can't remember.
the big plant.
Well,
I think it's like Calidemos or something. Can you go forward?
A lot of you just basically ran it over with Felicia.
And we can do it again with these ones. I love that they kind of like bring that mechanic back in Minish Cap with like the ice dungeon with like the lily pad.
yeah.
Can you get off of me? Stop draining my magic.
Except in that, the Octorok is really big. That is something I really like about Minish Cap. It's like some of the bosses are just regular enemies. You're just really small.
I'm fighting with the motion controls.
Yeah, shout out to the first boss being just a standard green choo-choo, except you're like except you're the size of an ant. So it is way bigger now.
There we go.
Weird that it didn't work the first time.
I think it's because I had to hit this one first, then I hit this one first. It's just weird sometimes.
In order of how long it takes.
I love that it's called the big key in this game instead of the boss key.
So it was about 6 minutes.
We just got the boss key. It's not.
Yeah, so I think
take 6 minutes.
I think we can do this.
The funny thing about the Moblins is that if you hit them in the butt, they like go running and hitting, like holding their butt. But please.
A lot of slapstick comedy in this one.
Other guy lost me. Can I do it? No, he's dead. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting so close to like dying all the time.
That added a little bit of suspense.
And this just leads back here.
It just sort of came to mind because of like the nature of the aesthetic of this dungeon, but
Oh, not a magic.
people like to compare Okami to Twilight Princess primarily because of the puppy part, which, you know, that's real, but when you think about like graphical style, it is Minish Cap that it kind of relates to more. There's indeed
Honestly, kind of.
a watery forest level like this. I think that it sort of highlights it. Like, they're both very unique in their own way, especially because of where they take inspiration from. But alas, when two things are action-adventure... It's like I say, Dark Souls is just edgy Zelda.
I hate these things so much. I don't think I need this either. Yeah, no. Okay. I think I still had to kill them to open the door, but I don't need that chest.
Oh Okay, no, we're like right at the boss. This works out perfectly. You do still have the fairy in the bottle, so, I mean, worst case, you got that.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't need it, because, like, I don't think I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna open that, because my brain is not gonna be happy with me if I don't.
You know how it is, you gotta have at least a backup.
There's Onion Boy! Onion
Ooh.
Man!
It's the friend! Oh no!
If I went back and got forest water from the main place with the decorator in it, I could come here and instantly kill the boss with it.
Oh, oh, that's funny. What, you just like walk up, you just like knock it down and then douse it?
You just knock it down, you dump the forest water on it, and it instantly dies.
Just gets purified.
Get your tentacles out of my face.
We love when there's like funny quick kills.
I'm suddenly reminded of the quick kill in Yoshi's Island with one of them. But if you, but the devs even knew about it, so if you do it and get their camera just like, oh my, and leaves.
Motion controls, please. It's like inverted, but also not being inverted sometimes. I don't even know why I'm bothering with the motion controls. I really shouldn't. Why did that other one not count?
To be fair, if you were playing this on the Wii U Pro Controller, you wouldn't have that option anyways. You'd have to do it without motion.
I know I can't turn off the motion, but like I'm at the point now where I don't want. I really can't be bothered.
I mean, sometimes motion good. I really found use for it in the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time.
But yeah, that Amador's Mask, like, they did pretty alright with it.
So perhaps that makes more sense with the 3DS version, since the screen you're looking at is the thing you're moving.
This is being mean right now.
I
Like,
know
as soon as you're dead, man, it's just flashing a few more in.
There we go.
Finally.
The motion controls were being. I had one hit left!
Oh no.
The motion controls were being me!
And I guess that would be, time, so to speak.
I mean, do we want to watch the ceremony cutscene with the music?
That'd be a great thing to close out on.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good way to close it.
He's gonna play the violin.
You know, not to mention, you know, any shoutouts where to find you, stuff like that, of course.
Onion Boy.
We saved Bird Girl, and now we saved Onion Boy. You know, name a more iconic duo.
Wind. Okay.
So true.
We did 2 dungeons. I didn't plan on doing 2 dungeons, but we did 2 dungeons. Because I did not expect the first dungeon to go that quickly. And he's on his head.
I'll be honest, I didn't think both of these would go this quickly. It kind of worked out.
Yeah, maybe I should speedrun this game if it went this quickly.
Can only get quicker.
Yeah, you just have to learn how to do, like, really fast swimming and barrier skip and all that.
We get to watch Onion Boy play his violin. Or his cello or whatever. I don't know instruments.
Yes.
Kind of more of
It
a
is.
cello.
It is a cello for him.
It's a cello, but it's also like... for him it's a cello. For you, it's basically a violin.
We're gonna spread the seeds. Which starts the annoying side quest where you have to go around like the entire world and plant seeds and water the trees.
And thus collecting co-ops.
Grab the nuts.
But yeah, while they spread their seeds, what about the two of you? How to spread your own seeds? So where can people find you? Stuff like this. So if you want to shout out or anything.
If you want to watch me spread my seed, I'm trying to get back into streaming. I'm trying to stream at least like Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm kind of trying to do at this point. I still kind of stream randomly when I try to, or when I can. But like, you watch this entire showcase. You can see that my struggles are kind of mostly fixed at this point. So hopefully I can get back into streaming at some point. And you can watch me spread my seed at Pcol 6754 on Twitch, I guess.
And by that she means spread Xenoblade.
I mean, Xenoblade is my seed at this point.
True.
My Xeno seed.
And you can find me at ValeriaAsteria on Twitch. And I'm actually going to be taking it easy for most of this month at this point. Just going to be finishing off like Klonoa with one stream a week kind of thing. I need a little bit of a break after most of the summer. Yeah.
Given like all the events and stuff, and that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very fun little bit with those two dungeons. But anyways, if our viewers would like to wait for some last announcements, we'll go to intermission kind of briefly, and we'll have some final announcements when we get back. Not gonna lie, that was very good with Wind Waker. It's been a very long time since I've seen that game. I should replay it myself at some point, but that will be for another time. So for our next trap mode, we have two showcases on September 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern. First, we have Darkwitch Claire. She will be playing Space Harrier, and behind that is Bunny is Bun Reina, returning yet again for the Unhinged Lore Rant series. This time it'll be Guilty Gear. So, as someone who actually knows a little bit of Guilty Gear lore, and I've actually heard like someone else do like their own kind of like lore dump about it, it is very unhinged, and I'm gonna be interested to see how much more unhinged it actually is. Outside of that, though, submissions for trap mode are always open. We'd love to have you on if you want to showcase, like, a game that you speedrun, or stuff like Wind Waker where you just kind of, like, play it and kind of reminisce a little bit, or maybe you do, like, stitching or music making or something, something with, like, a game that you love or in that kind of relation. We'd love to showcase those ideas. Show off the games that you love and the ways that you love them. It's always a good time. And speaking of games, we're also hosting our very first game development jam, Lad Jam. This will be running from Thursday, November 14th to Sunday the 17th. Our registration has closed as of yesterday. But if you'd like to learn more about the event, you can type !Lad Jam in the chat and learn more about it. Otherwise, you can stick around for the raid. We'll be raiding out to Lana Ruse, who is currently doing a birthday stream. So definitely give some good birthday wishes as they're still going. I'm sure she'll be very happy with them. But regardless, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your night, rest of your time zone, and hope to see you again.